German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius and his Ukrainian counterpart Mikhailo Fedorov signed an agreement in Kiev on Monday to launch Brave Germany. This joint program is focused on developing defense technology and supporting innovative startups. Pistorius arrived in Kiev on Monday for a surprise visit aimed at deepening defense cooperation between the two countries. Speaking to German news agency dpa, Pistorius said the trip would focus on expanding joint arms projects and the development of cutting-edge unmanned systems across all ranges, particularly in the area of deep strike, said Pistorius.
Es geht nicht darum, dass nur immer der eine jeweils von dem anderen profitiert, sondern es wechselseitig darauf ausgelegt ist, dauerhaft miteinander zu kooperieren und zum gegenseitigen und gemeinschaftlichen Nutzen besser zu werden. Und die Daten, die die Ukraine jetzt im 5. Jahr auf dem Gefechtsfeld sammelt, durch Einsatz von Luftverteidigung, von Drohnen, von Gefechtsfahrzeugen aller Art, strategisch, taktische Manöver, all das gehört dazu. Aber vor allen Dingen die Daten, die entstehen durch die digitale Form der Kriegführung, sind Daten, die sonst niemand hat.
According to the Ukrainian news outlet Ukrinform, Fedorov said Germany was now the world's leading provider of security support for Ukraine. He added that Berlin accounted for around a third of all assistance provided to the country. After a visit to Berlin last month, Mikhailo Fedorov announced on Telegram that Germany and Ukraine had agreed on a new €4 billion defense package.
An American citizen and a French woman who were evacuated from the cruise ship struck by a deadly hantavirus outbreak have tested positive, officials said on Monday. The woman was among 5 French passengers that were repatriated to Paris in an evacuation operation that began on Sunday and had developed symptoms on the flight. The American passenger that tested positive was not showing symptoms, U.S. health officials said. 94 people of 19 different nationalities have so far been evacuated from the Dutch-flagged MV Hondius, which is docked on Tenerife in Spain's Canary Islands. Spanish officials said the rest of the ship's nearly 150 passengers and crew would be evacuated by Monday afternoon, with flights to Australia and the Netherlands. The World Health Organization recommended close monitoring of the passengers, and many countries quarantined them. The cruise ship will depart for the Netherlands with about 30 crew members on Monday evening. On Friday, WHO said 6 cases of the hantavirus had been confirmed, with 2 additional cases probable. 3 passengers, a Dutch couple and a German woman, died after falling sick with the rare disease, which usually spreads through rodents. While WHO has warned more cases are likely in the next weeks, it said the risk for global public health is low and downplayed comparisons to the COVID-19 pandemic.
At least 880 civilians were killed in drone strikes in Sudan so far this year, according to a new UN report released on Monday. The report warned that the statistics exceed numbers from the same time period last year, noting that the conflict is headed towards a, quote, even deadlier phase. Drone strikes carried out by the armed forces and paramilitary group the Rapid Support Forces have intensified in recent months across the country. The unmanned projectiles make up around 80% of all conflict-related civilian deaths, according to UN Human Rights Chief Volker Turk. Turk added that unless immediate action is taken to address the situation and decrease harm on civilians, several areas are expected to be plunged deeper into famine and crises, and deaths could reach unprecedented levels. The war in Sudan has been raging for more than 3 years now and has created what the UN describes as the world's worst man-made humanitarian crisis. Hundreds of thousands of people were killed, and roughly 1/5 of the population, around 11 million, were internally displaced as the warring sides continued to push to expand their territorial holds.
Culture connects what conflict tries to break apart. That's the message from Qatar's first official pavilion here at the 61st Venice Art Biennale, as the country positions itself more visibly within the global cultural conversation. Often described as the world's most prestigious international art exhibition, the Venice Biennale brings together countries, artists, and curators from across the globe. And this year, Qatar is making history. Its future permanent pavilion in the Giardini is the first new national pavilion to be added here in 30 years.
We gather here, however, in a difficult hour. Across our region and beyond, displacement, destruction, and destabilization have become daily words. Culture connects what conflicts tries to break apart. It honors the humanity in each of us.
Inside, this space feels less like a traditional gallery and more like a gathering. The project, titled Untitled 2026, A Gathering of Remarkable People, mixes live music, film, food, and performance. Rather than focusing only on Qatari artists, the pavilion brings together voices from across the region, reflecting Qatar's broader push to position itself as a cultural hub.
We are a multicultural country and we very much support that and work together with everybody.
At the center of it all is a large tent-like structure designed by artist Rikrit Tiravanija.
At the moment in time, with all the troubles around in the world, I think it's quite important for us to have a place to come together and also to hear and to smell and to taste like really things that are diverse.
I think what defines the energy of the space is really the fact that you can really see art being made. See, the music you hear is really being made in that moment, being invented. So it's a really vibrant place for creativity.
For Qatar museums, the Biennale presentation is also a preview of Rubaya Qatar, a new nationwide contemporary art festival launching later this year.
This pavilion is about the idea of gathering, of listening, of conversing, of eating and sharing food together. So it really brought everything together. You're not going in to see an artwork on a wall, you're actually a part of the artwork.
At a time of wider instability across the region and beyond, Qatar is using this platform to emphasize cultural dialogue, positioning art, performance, and food as ways to build connection across borders. Adil Halim, Euronews, Venice.
It's a site that has sent shivers down the spines of visitors for centuries. At the Banz Monastery Church in southern Germany, 4 complete skeletons sit draped in silk, brocade and precious stones. Known as the catacomb saints, these remains, Vincentius, Valerius, Benedictus and Felis Benedictus, were brought from Rome during the late 17th and 18th centuries to enhance the status of the Bavarian monastery. Church custodians admit the site can be creepy, with hollow eye sockets that seem to stare back at the living.
Das war am Ende des 30-jährigen Krieges. Das war ja eine schreckliche Zeit. Da ist ja 3/4 der deutschen Bevölkerung einfach umgekommen. Durch Kriege, Seuchen etc. war es schrecklich, auch hier. Und da hat man versucht, durch den Barock das Tor zum Himmel zu öffnen. Deswegen wurde das alles so schön gestaltet. Man wollte einfach, das war eine Flucht. Ja, aus der Gegenwart, die oft so schlimm war. Und deswegen hat man auch diese gruseligen Skelette einfach schön drapiert und möglichst lebendig dargestellt.
These holy bodies are kept out of sight for most of the year, hidden behind wooden panels. They are only revealed on special occasions such as All Saints' Day, serving as a gilded reminder of a time when relics were the ultimate symbol of spiritual power.
While Tehran streets are lined with anti-American billboards and posters amid the tension in the Middle East, Iranians turned out to visit an anti-war exhibition at one of the country's top museums. The exhibition, titled Art and War, features works by Roy Lichtenstein, Robert Indiana, and James Rosenkist. These pieces, created in the 1960s pop art style, were all selected for their anti-war themes.
این نمایشگاه هنر و جنگ نمایشگاهیه که یه طورایی این حس به مخاطب منتقل میکنه که با وجود اون جنگ، با وجود تمام سختی‌هایی که آدما میگذروننش، این هنره یه راه فراریه برای اون فشاری که به همه وارد شده.
بخش اصلی کارا خب مال آرتیستای آمریکایی بود و این نگرششون که جنگ رو به سخره میگیرن. هنرمندای آمریکایی خیلی به طرز جالبی جنگ رو به سخره میگیرن همیشه.
The works on display come from the museum's major collection of modern American and European art acquired in the 70s by Farah Pahlavi, the former Shah's wife, which has largely been kept out of public view since the revolution.
We're seeing audiobooks gaining a lot of momentum. Book Talk is a significant driver of that. There's a community on TikTok where those that are interested in either authors or genres are really introducing new audiences to that space. And even book clubs and bookstores have a bit of a renaissance right now as well. The idea is we'll have sessions where there'll be sound baths so people can go in there and use it as a way in the afternoon to have a bit of a relaxation before they go back to work, or they can fully immerse themselves into something like Harry Potter. So there'll be scheduled sessions throughout the month.